The procession is about to begin. We invite you to take your seats as we welcome the class of 2025.
And now, please rise for the entrance of President Sullivan and distinguished members of the Platform Party.
Good morning. My name is Jim Glazer, and I have the honor of serving as Provost and Executive Vice President. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the university's 174th commencement exercises and to serve as host for today's ceremony. We are delighted to welcome our distinguished guests, members of the boards of trustees and regents, university leadership, faculty, parents, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. A special welcome as well to those joining us via live stream, family and friends who could not be here in person, but are very much with us in spirit. Your love and support are deeply felt by our graduates on this very meaningful day. Let us take a brief moment to place this day and this year into a broader historical context. Today is the 13th of June, 14th of June. Yet, of course, it's the 14th. It's the 14th. Yesterday was the 13th. It marks 831 years since the birth of Clare of Assisi, 485 years since the founding of the Society of Jesus, and 174 years since Santa Clara University first began its educational mission. It has been 64 years since women were first admitted to Santa Clara. A milestone that helped shape the inclusive community we celebrate today. And now we gather to honor the class of 2025, whose achievements will carry that legacy forward into the future. At this time, we ask that you remain standing for the national anthem. The national anthem will be sung by graduating members of the Santa Clara University Chamber Singers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars o'er the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Thank you for their beautiful singing. And I would now like to invite Hadiya Weisinger, a graduating senior with degrees in psychology and public health, to offer the university's land acknowledgement.
As we celebrate, we pause to acknowledge that Santa Clara University sits on the land of the Ohlone and the Muwekma Ohlone people, who trace their ancestry through the missions Dolores, Santa Clara, and San Jose. We remember their connection to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to live, work, learn, and pray on their traditional homeland. Let us take a moment of silence to pay respect to their elders and to all Ohlone people, past and present. Thank you.
Thank you, Hadiya. Asia Chan, a graduating senior with a degree in psychology and a minor in entrepreneurship, will open this commencement with an invocation.
Congratulations, Broncos, class of 2025. We gather here in this sacred space, surrounded by the beautiful diversity of cultures, faiths, and backgrounds, united by our shared belonging at Santa Clara. As we reflect on our growth and the love that sustains us, let us open our hearts in prayer. Dear God, we come before you in gratitude for our wonderful families, friends, professors, mentors, staff, and all those who helped us flourish. We remember those not physically present today, loved ones, classmates, and even pets who are here with us in spirit. Thank you for meeting us where we are, through late nights, heartbreak, and uncertainties. We persevered. We chose resilience. Lord, we thank you for the precious moments, sunny days, and tanning in the Mission Gardens, shared meals in Benson, and conversations that transformed us. You have called us to be authentic, to lead with conscience, act with wisdom, and discern with courage. May we remain true to who we are. At Santa Clara, we've learned to be intentional with our words, actions, and decisions. May we carry forth what we have cultivated: competence to face challenges, conscience to choose justice, and compassion in service. Help us build a more humane, just, and sustainable world. The world needs all of us, ready to listen deeply, act boldly, and faithfully. As Pope Francis reminded us, like flowing water, we must keep moving. And as Saint Ignatius invites us, let us go forth and set the world on fire. Together, Broncos, we say, Amen.
Thank you, Asia, for your beautiful invocation. As we begin our formal program, let us take a moment to reflect upon the family and friends we have lost during our time at Santa Clara. In particular, we remember Charlie Depew, a member of the class of 2025. Though our family and friends are no longer with us, our memories of them endure today and always. It is now my privilege to introduce Julie Sullivan, the 30th president of Santa Clara University, who will offer some words to the graduates.
Good morning, graduates, and a warm welcome to family and friends of our graduates, to our Santa Clara community, and to all who are here to celebrate the class of 2025. A cornerstone of the Jesuit spirit is gratitude, and this is an important aspect of our university community. Thus, I would like to ask all graduates to please stand. Please turn and face your loved ones and friends here today. I want you to give them an enthusiastic round of applause, graduates. Applaud for your loved ones and friends. Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. We are very grateful for all those who have supported and cared for you. None of us is alone in our accomplishments. And for the faculty and staff who have taught you, mentored you, and challenged you, we thank them for being an integral part of your Santa Clara education. Graduates, I have been thinking back over your time here. As your new president in 2022, I was a first year when you were in your second year. So you were my first introduction to the students of Santa Clara. In my office hours and in my many, many interactions with you, I learned about your hopes and your dreams, as well as your concerns for yourselves, for Santa Clara, and for our world. You taught me that our students are leaders who are passionate, high energy, incredibly bright and ambitious, and kind and caring. You lead with heart, and you often have led the way at Santa Clara University. You've led with your voices, with your intellect, with your activism, with your strength and discipline, and with your radical empathy. You have taken initiative and you have accomplished much during your time here. You launched Bucky's Closet, Santa Clara's first ever thrift store. Yes. And you championed sustainability and conscious fashion within the campus community. You organized educational teach-ins to address issues of human rights violations, global conflicts, and the climate crisis in our world. Yes. You launched our inaugural AI Summit, convening thought leaders from industry and universities to discuss AI's breakthroughs, practical applications, and critical ethical considerations. Thank you. And finally, for the student athletes and fans among you, your collective spirit and dedication led Santa Clara to win its first West Coast Conference Commissioner's Cup in 18 years. This honor recognized Santa Clara University as the top performing athletic program among the 9 universities in our conference. You have done all this and much more while navigating some of the most intractable, uncertain, and polarizing times our country and our world has experienced. The fact that you have done so and balanced your own convictions with empathy and respect for others and engaged in thoughtful dialogue and discussion is something I am very proud of and something that I think makes the students of Santa Clara University very special. People ask me why I'm so hopeful and optimistic about the future. The answer is simple. It's you. Over the last several years, you have learned, and you will continue to learn, how to match your God-given gifts with what you like to do and what the world needs from you. This is very Jesuit, the practice of discernment. Taking time to reflect deeply on your immense gifts and to listen to where and how you are being called to share those gifts. It's a practice that will serve you well and will serve our world well in your journey going forward. We have tremendous confidence in you. In a world filled with miraculous technology, you have shown us that real progress needs people like you, who are committed to using it and shaping it for the common good. As you go forth, know first and foremost, you are a unique and loved creation of God. You are always enough. You are also a Bronco forever, and you will also have a home right here at Santa Clara University. So congratulations and go Broncos.
Thank you, President Sullivan, for your inspiring words, your leadership, and for all that you have done for our Bronco family over the past year. Santa Clara University is pleased to recognize a number of our exemplary students for their achievements, service to others, and contributions to the university. Their lives serve as a model and inspiration to us all. The class of 2025 Nobly and St. Clair medalists and Peter Hans Kolvenbach S.J. Award recipients will be introduced by Jeannie Rosenberger, Vice Provost for Student Life. President Sullivan will present the awards.
The Nobly and St. Clair medals are given to 2 graduates judged outstanding in academic performance, personal character, school activities, and constructive contribution to the university. The Nobly Medal was established in 1876 by Joseph A. Donahoe in honor of John Nobly, founder of the university, and the St. Clair Medal was established by the university in 1967 in honor of St. Clair of Assisi. The Nobly Medal is awarded to Clayton Baldwin, who is a graduating senior with a major in finance and a minor in music. The St. Clair Medal is awarded to Hidea Weisinger, who is graduating with majors in psychology and public health and minors in religious studies and political science. The Peter Hans Kolvenbach S.J. Award is given by the President to a graduating senior who exemplifies the ideals of Jesuit education, especially being, quote, whole persons of solidarity in the real world, end quote, and having the courage and faith to build a more just and humane world. This year, the Peter Hans Kolvenbach Award is being awarded to two students, Claire Alford, who is graduating with a major in public health and a minor in biology, and Sydney Shelby, who is graduating with majors in biology and public health and minors in African American studies and medical and health humanities.
Congratulations, Hidea, Clayton, Claire, and Sydney. We also congratulate the many other students who received prizes and awards at the Senior Toast and the school's honors ceremonies. Each year, the university bestows its highest honor, an honorary doctorate, on individuals who embody the ideals of Jesuit education and model the university's commitment to fashioning a more humane, just, and sustainable world. Dean Kendra Sharp of the School of Engineering will introduce this year's honoree.
Will Jayashree, you'll all please come forward. Jayashree, today we honor you for your contributions to the technology sector, for your efforts to advance innovation and entrepreneurship, and your commitment to fashioning a more humane and just world. After earning your bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from San Francisco State University and your master's degree in engineering management from Santa Clara University, you shared your talents with Advanced Micro Devices, Crescendo Communications, and Cisco Systems, where you designed high-speed memory chips and played a crucial role in the success of the company's catalyst switching business. In 2008, you were appointed CEO of Arista Networks, a company specializing in cloud networking solutions. Under your leadership, Arista has grown into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, redefining data center networking with its cutting-edge technology. Beyond your professional accomplishments, you have been an advocate and a mentor for the next generation of tech leaders and served humanity through your philanthropic efforts. For your spirit of innovation and social impact, your philanthropic initiatives, and your strategic vision, Santa Clara University presents you with the honorary degree of Doctor of Engineering.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Engineering honoris causa.
Thank you, Dean Kendra Sharp, Provost Jim Glacier, and President Dr. Julie Sullivan, and all the members here of the distinguished Santa Clara University staff. I am so honored to return back to this prestigious university, and it brings back a flood of nostalgic memories. I know 39 years ago sounds like a lot to you guys. Most of you weren't born then. I pursued my graduate degree in engineering management. Santa Clara University was actually a commuter school. I used to park my car on El Camino Real Road. And I couldn't afford this education, so I made my employers pay for it. And I worked full-time, taking 4 years for a degree that should be 2, completing 2 classes, 1 quarter at a time. To graduate in the heart of Silicon Valley is a symbol of great opportunity as the industry beckons you to make a difference. As you all seek to find your next step, remember that journey is going to be a series of experiments like it's been for me. And you're always learning, you're always iterating, and forever contributing. My journey began with the need that I needed to pursue that graduate degree while I was still working as an engineer. At first, I went the normal route, which was to take my GMAT classes and pursue a classic MBA. And this was considered the typical way of going to learn more about business. But after a few boring finance classes, sorry for you finance majors out there, I abandoned my MBA goal in favor of a joint engineering and management program that was uniquely offered by Santa Clara University. You know, these days we speak about STEM and interdisciplinary and academics, but Santa Clara University was actually a very early pioneer of that. This great institution has shaped you and me and allowed me to apply my education to the real world. It has paved my path, my career, and who I am for the last 4 decades. And so as you step into the world, remember that your outcome is created by lifelong pursuits and perseverance. And today I want to share with you my 3 guiding principles, coincidentally tied to the Santa Clara University principles and values of competence, conscience, and compassion. When you talk about competence, it's about pursuing your unique gift and making the maximum use of your special attributes. It's about believing in your mission and doing something you're completely competent at and excellent at, not merely mediocre or average. As a young immigrant, I was a quite boring nerd. I chose these early bird classes, even though I'm not a morning person, that started at 7 in the morning. After which I would rush to work and then study on weekends and juggle my work and part-time education. It wasn't easy, but I pursued and cemented my field that I later followed of networking. Some people discover their competence early and some late, at different stages of their life. The late Steve Jobs of Apple created a lifelong consumerization activity with iPhones, iWatch, iPod, Mac, you know them all. You use them all. The late Gordon Moore of Intel created what's now famously known as the Moore's Law in Silicon Valley. Both icons found their passions early, and I was fortunate to find it early too, while the internet was still in its infancy. But Silicon Valley is filled with entrepreneurs who dream big ideas. And I want to tell each and every one of you that vision needs the competence to endure and execute the idea from each one of you. Every single one of you can find what you're exceptional at and build upon it. And when you find it, trust me, you will feel the type of incredible high and exhilaration and a wild sense of achievement. My next advice to you is adhering to your conscience and creating your own turning points. Have you ever looked back in life and recalled some of the key decisions you made that became life changers, even game changers? I had an ominous start to my career where I was laid off from my very first job. Suddenly I was out and felt personally humiliated and targeted, even though companies go through that and it's a normal cost-cutting exercise. But sometimes setbacks can create comebacks, and they can turn out to be that blessing in disguise. And so I embarked into another company where I not only got a raise, but I discovered this new field of networking. And I credit the Santa Clara University curriculum, where the heaviness of losing my job was now replaced with the lightness of a new, rejuvenating role. Incidentally, I nearly missed my final exam for my graduation. It was a foggy morning, and I was driving at 6:30 in the morning, all bleary-eyed. And suddenly, instead of being on the road, I ran into a fire hydrant. Like you see in the movies, suddenly there was a fountain, a huge fountain of water, flooding all the streets. After much delays and obviously a violation ticket for damaging city property, I reached the classroom at the end of my final exam, and my professor looked very puzzled that I'd showed up so fashionably late for an exam at 7 a.m. at 9 a.m. He was impressed by my excuse, which was not the typical "my dog ate my homework" one. And mercifully, he allowed me to take the exam even though I was late. So I'm here to speak to you because of that kind professor. Each of us gets shaped by our experiences and our lives at crucial junctions. Trust your conscience, create your own magic, and this can be incredibly life-altering in profound ways. My final message to you is human compassion. My family, my mentors, my friends, just like yours, have had a heavy hand in shaping my life. The power of you, plus a great team around you, is exponential. They can help you, they can compliment you, they can cheer you, they can advise you, they can obliterate your doubts, your weaknesses, and complement it with their strengths. When I was pursuing my graduate degree, I met and married the love of my life, my husband Vijay, who encouraged me to pursue this hybrid path of engineering and management, and continues to be my pillar of support. Like many Silicon Valley tech entrepreneurs, I joined Cisco Systems through an acquisition which became Cisco's most successful acquisition, elevating it to a dominant status. Meanwhile, the Ulal family expanded to 2 daughters who incidentally got real doctorate degrees as opposed to the honorary one I have here today. And I am deeply impressed by their academic and personal compassionate values. More recently, I have grandchildren who keep us on our toes, all the fun without the responsibility, as they say. But sometimes relationships also bring sadness. I lost my only sibling and dear sister to cancer. Susie was too young to die at 46, but she deeply connected with each person and even connected with strangers. We couldn't save her, but her compassion lives on forever. But compassion doesn't just mean being nice. I'm reminded of a Dr. Seuss quote, "Be who you are, say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." Today, I'm so proud to be leading Arista Networks for the last 17 years. I left the comfort of a high-powered executive role to join a small startup with 0 revenue. And I was drawn to it because of the compassionate and wonderful team. The success can be, just like Santa Clara University, attributed to the sum of the team rather than each individual. Arista has become an S&P 500, $100 billion market cap company in less than 10 years from going public. But I'm sure you'd agree that Santa Clara University has transformed and established itself as the premier university in the Silicon Valley. Class of 2025, I stand in front of you admiring you and celebrating your achievements in this beautiful campus, in the backdrop of these breathtaking mountains, the sprawling stadium, the mission churches, and convenient pathways. As we celebrate the revival and rebirth of Silicon Valley, which has changed from fruit orchards to a global hub of generative and agentic AI, we need more students. We need more people to advance all of these. We are at the cusp of an AI revolution. It can alter the connections between human, mind, and machine. So I'd like you all to stand up now, graduates of 2025, and join me in celebrating that as you are going through these ebbs and flows, and as you transition from the university environment to the real universe, please uphold these 3 C's and mottos. And let us add a 4th C, which is give back to your community. Always hold the university reputation and give back. Keep iterating and discovering your North Star and purpose. Unleash your powerful constellation and connections as you undertake your missions. And may you leave that indelible mark and become the leaders of tomorrow, just like so many Broncos and alums have done. Today, we celebrate each one of you not only because you worked hard and earned your degree, but because you've now received a ticket to change the world in extraordinary ways. Congratulations, class of 2025. You make us all very proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayshree, for your moving remarks. And I will never forget that you ran into a fire hydrant on your way to your last exam. On behalf of everyone gathered here this morning, I would like to express our deep appreciation for your remarkable contributions for making our world more humane and just. We now turn to the main celebration of the day, to honor each student in the class of 2025. The trustees of the university, on the recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in them by the state of California, will, through the president of the university, confer degrees on those who will now be presented. Each graduate's picture will be taken by the university photographer, so we ask that no personal photographs be taken in the area set aside for graduates. Lastly, please remain seated throughout the remainder of the ceremony. The valedictorian will address the class after all of the graduates have been named. Dr. Daniel Press, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for Bachelor of Arts degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the College of Arts and Sciences, please rise and make a lot of noise. More. All right. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the college and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Arts as indicated by Dean Press.
Please be seated until you are directed to rise.
Tate Ludwig Burks. Madison Nguyen. Cassia Marie Roy. Maritza Elizabeth Pinedo. Carla Diaz Fregoso. Andrea Hu. Catherine Nicole Wolfe. Madeline Claire Vitanza. Sofia Artaza Paramo. Anna Costello Cooper. Kelsey Suzanne Popeo. Sydney Davis. Katarina Gill. Lillian Henderson. Elois Lee Farnsworth. Genevieve Fromey. Gabrielle Christine Nelson. Caitlin Barbara Fozia Granowski. Emily Catherine Ajluni. Charles Alva Barber. Ashley Renee Haba. Carla Michelle Hernandez. Valerie Isabel Brylovsky. Kate Ashley Buffini. Michaela Elizabeth Ching. Kendall Maury Berliner. Chloe Nicole Herzog. Claire Southgate. Maxwell Harrison Bunting. Alexandra Marchetti. Amaya Simone Bernard. Isabella Christine Cana. Thomas John Donato. Emma Rose Alva. Kate Alexandra Schiller. Claudia Britt Delhi. Catherine Claire DiNapoli. Briella Jean Phantom. Margot Milton. Maggie Grace Curtis. Alicia Smith. Catherine Renee Buse. Philip Michael Sarowitz Movery. Declan Lavery. Samuel Corbett Key Jr. Yuling Wu. Alicia Cho. Karen Lynn. Amy Sue. Nayeli Beltran. Ryan Oliver Isaacson. Joshua Kerner. Cameron Patrick John Farah. Fernando Salvador Francisco. Michael Clement Joseph. Oscar Strandlund. Dominic Jordan. Brennan Walter Mallet. Jolo Timothy Lee Magcalayo. Lauren Elizabeth Meyer. Caroline Blake Smith. Sophia Marie Lau. Elizabeth Garcia. Johanna Lopez Jurado. Danae Nichelle Rivera. Sophia Namela. Alejandro Tomas Gonzalez. Cheyenne Elizabeth Cashiar. Veer Balraj Suri. Libby Noel Slater. Anne Clotilde Pascal. Shepard Jernigan. George B. Packard. Nicholas Rahimzadeh Aerosmith. Cameron Donald Kaiser. Joshua Michael Malone. Elise Valentine Scott. Emma Elaine Fabry. Cameron Fox Rice. Connor James Goldman. Ava Isabel Langstrat. Zoe Athena Kurup. Arul Neil Venkatesh. Anne-Marie Christine Van Buten. Grace Catherine Wyatt. Carlos Marcelo Stewart. Diego Esteban Acevedo Garcia. Nicholas Ravi Supia. Cameron Benjamin Tong. Janiela Erika Javier Andrada. Maria Fernanda Serrano. Ella Conrad. Fiona Maureen O'Donnell, Ella Lorraine Ernest, Emma Judith Daniels, Lucy Ann Gardner, Elijah Addison Smolson, Rex Albert Boyd Ward, Laurel Elizabeth Spellman, Caroline Mackenzie O'Dowd, Maxim Thompson, Jordan Marie Pope, Sean Rossmeisel, Jackson Edward Flynn, Grace Angela Casserly, Sophia Elizabeth O'Connor, Madeline Ann Gardner, Akatzin Zaragoza, Molly Aileen Shannon, Elizabeth Rose Delaney, Freya Wang, Xiao Wang, Angela Solorzano, Andrea Yepes, Cindy Shindy Ju, Yunhan Ju, Chandas Akiran Apakanis, Samuel S. Cow, Caitlin Blair, Victoria Blandon, Isabel Severa Espinoza, Alexander Clyde Hamstreet, Camille Jacqueline Gutierrez Arteaga, Diana Lopez Guevara, Megan Maureen Milligan, Sarah Hazel Sully, Kenna Sophia Sutherland, Ethan Nathaniel Chi Ming Chung, Olivia Carolina Diaz, James Felix Ewan, Davis Carl Franklin, Erin Marie Guaspari, Dylan Kim, Alexandra Halsey, Kevin Collins Krumsick, Samuel Cooper Rice, Alexander Michael Song, Elizabeth Pearson, Tyler M. Desai, Emily Garcia, Hayden M. Carroll, Christy Ziyu Wong, Nikita Daniel Smelkov, James Paul Best, Noah Thomas Cross, Alexander Jordan, Jessica Margaret King, Louis Andrew Marin, James Lawless, Zach Yamashita, Javier Martinez Covarrubias, Joseph Barton, Grace Urbanato, Maya Andrea Diaz, Denise Natalie Salinas, Natalia Isabella Salaices, Irene Bronner, Charles C. Chen, Kiera Garner, An Yang Lee, Alejandro Gabriel Mamu Yakmata, Jenning Xuan, Kennedy Aya Dawson, Lucia Bex Heese, Kristen Irene Hill, Kaz Alexis Morales, Genevieve Susan Schmidt,
William Pettis,
Casey Kim, Alexander Leon Galan, Marissa Wang, Yasmin Risa Ali, Kaylin Jem Alcarine Alisser. Faith Alexis Gonsalves Edwards. Aria Angel Tirado. Matthew Liu. Grace Rose Woydat. Marissa Jada Shiu. Colin Michael Stolpe. David Owen Higley. Matthew Philip Pendon Sanchez. Dong Yi Tian. Elizabeth Falcon Islas. Nathan Aaron Aguilar. Luis Audiero.
Ed Greer, the Dean of the Thomas and Dorothy Levy School of Business, will present the candidates for degrees in the Levy School of Business. Dean Greer.
Candidates who have been approved for degrees of Bachelor of Science in Commerce for the Levy School of Business, please rise. Make some noise like you mean it. All right. Okay, wait your turn. President Sullivan. Okay, we hear you now. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present these students for their degrees that have been approved by the legendary faculty of the School of Business and the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Arts indicated by your Dean. Actually, Bachelor of Science in Commerce, sorry. We were on the wrong page.
We know who we are, so please be seated until you're directed to rise.
Nathan Aaron Aguilar. Luis Audiero. Luca Stash. Ryan Michael Graham. Blake Nicholas Folland. Giancarlo da Silva. Connor Gibson Brady. Nicholas Ryan Carmichael. Matthew Jude Taguba Casanas. Eugene Lee Siak. Jack Sasan Partovi. Carlos Jose Carda. Bradley Stephen Frank. Julian Canin Welsh. Jack David McCarga. Trey Jacoby. Colin K. Chan. Brenda Reategi Seminario. Reed Kolesnik Fundus. Luke Andrew Johnson. Nicholas Evan Saba. Walker Dylan Guerra. Nicholas George Guerra. Luke Anthony Bentley. Pierce Whitney Kennedy. Joey Brissett. John Daniel Manser. Ian Christopher Collier. John Edward Scadina. Trent Joseph Normandian. Jonathan Shai Eidelberg. Thomas Jeremiah Marin, Robert Wagner, William Nicholas Horak, Aidan John Hurst, Connor David Clay Kosand, Cooper Desmond Brindle, John Robert Morris, Luke Martin Johnston, James Lewis Dawson, Evan Philip Martin, Christopher Lawrence Piet, Cole Terrence Webster, Eric Victor William Bird Thistle, Christopher Batuelo, August Sullivan Ward, Ian Chamoun, Cooper Bradley Fallon, John David Fredericks, Edward Reinhardt Sorensen, Mason Parker Yeager, Kate Josephine Wallen, Annalise Marguerite Finn, Natalie Quinn Graham, Emilia Jane Pitchford, Lily Ruth Francis, Audrey Grace Nordstrom, Reina Chavez Faust, Taylor Bell Truitt, Madeline Savant Roper, Tatum Lily Anderson, Malcolm Christopher Williams, Thomas Gould, John Joseph Tarantino, Nino Panayotou, Nicholas Chiraki Stanley, William James Pappas, Anthony Paul Baldacci, Laith Gantos, Ava Yazdanfar, Maxwell Isaac Kaufman, Adam Gilani, Brendan Christopher Arias, Justin Robert Doyle, River Kistler, James Edward Beamer, Enzo Cole Belforte, Mark Aquilio, Joshua Chung, Seema Nelly Kesson, Victor Paul Marin, Ria Purasai, Alan Din, Anish Balabhadra, Grant Michael Underwood, Michaela Simone Chantal Gregory, Sara Situtao Desta, Gavin Abeku Akins, Andrew Sergio Ortiz, Nathan Mesquita, Bryant Fu Huynh, Keith Din, Kelly Chung, Emily Hiroko Takamiya, Christopher J. Tang, Jordan Myrie, Casey Francesca Feng, Aaliyah Celeste Harrison, Olivia Mariko Weiss, Mila Monique Rollins, Matthew David Sawyer, John Michael Ganella, Maria Orozco Araujo, Ayana Faye Klein, Claire Marie Haggerty, Lila James Carlson, Kaylee Ann O'Connell Rugg, Caroline Braham, Natalie Merritt Poppy, Diego Cesar Aguilar, Hannah Dang, Tara Claire Weinstein, John Merrick, Ingrid Tsai Yicho, Olivia Yi, Jessica Young Poo, Elisa Natalie Lee, Isabella Sofia Estrada, Ken Matsumoto, Paul Zui Pham, Jackson Drucker, Nolan Daniel Lopez, Quinn Michael Sousa, Colin Lee, Christopher Michael McMullen, Rohan Gupta, Daisy Michelle Halajan, Tyler James Sutton, Ajay Schlehuber, Xie Anna Chen, Annie Tao Nguyen, Hyung Yong Jang, Guyon Lee, James Wu, Lance Roichi Tamagawa, Austin Henry Harrison, Ryan Matthew Torrey, Emily June Wong Pia, Farah Fong, Matthew Robledo, Mateo Sebastian Lopez, Nicholas Brylan Kelly, Kyle Thomas Drobick, Kevin James Ellis, Andrew Gulpin Brockmeyer, James Joseph Andre, Max Johann Brenninger, Graham Leach, Harvard Maximilian Mom, Thomas Streak Honey, Willem Zachary Hunter, William Edward O'Brien, Kai Matthew Hulsabas, Alec Martin Sloan, Sophia Merle Hashimoto, Emma Ingrid Bradley, Kira Ann King, Kaito Fraley, Jean-Mathieu Decaux, Connor Clayton Long, Matthias Antonorsi, Wyatt Frederick Stenson, Zachary James Fales, Heidi Elizabeth McIntosh, Audrey Choi, Abby Jane Peterson, Timothy Patrick Vonduray Jr., Paris Stark, Jane Diane Scullion, Erin Elizabeth Paralisi, Madeline Sofer, Alexi Olivo Epstein, Caroline Graham, Grace Olivia O'Brien, Samantha Cho, Angelina Kwok, Cynthia Young Hong, Chloe Wong, Elva He, Lola Nicole Lewis, Ray Koi Huynh, Oliver William Wei-An Lee, Arjun Kennedy, Gonzalo Chun, Javier Martinez, Andrew Wary Almeida, Christopher Sanchez Bravo, Matthew Thomas O'Hara, Brian Michael Clough, Bruce T. Bowler, Nicholas Briggs Ames, Harrison Storm Shock, Dev Rajiv Thadani, Jeremy Scott Trattler, Felipe da Silva Corsi, Paige Elizabeth Giordano, Julia Candelario Alves Pinto, Alex Thomas Rice, Karan Rupan Parekh, Neil Uma Valetti, Caitlin Rose Perry, Madison Kayla Wu. Anais Ine Ko. Ankita Mecca. Gori Kulkarni. Rowan Thomas Olds. Alexander David Bates. Leah Pan. Aria Desal. Zoe Savitas. Grace Elizabeth Murphy. Navya Dinesh Budapanahali. Mia Stockton. Caroline Johnson Scheel. Walker Theodore Schindler. Fina Renate Teresa Kaminsky. Renee Ho. Nicholas Moy. Dominic LeDJ Hoang. Alexander Chi Nguyen. Barbara Chen. Ashley Duong. Kimberly Doe. Akane Mai Ozawa. Jacob David. Viviana Cristina Estrada. Zaira Elizabeth Solorio Meza. Alexandra Mireille Felipe. Patrick Daniel Galambos. Paul Leland Toya Mills. Luis Rafael Guerrero. Kyle Kenji Hampton. Marcos Fuerte. Aiden James Rios. David Da Silva. Toma Nishimoto Handelman. Joshua Taesung Ao. Zachary Ray Ferreira. Eugene Tsai. Andrew Richard Suizaki Chan. Yael Shai Grimaldi Serrano. Rafael Feitosa Heil. Antonio Rafael Varela. Morgan Reed Hunter. Lauren Isabel Kinney. Chloe Briara Avioli. Erta Hoja. Eli Charles Rubenstein. Gojko Kapovich. Stephen Maxwell Hendrickson. Jack Charles Palmer. Francesca Sophia Moynihan. Nina Yasmina Damjanets. Catherine Ray Rochios. Connor Race Graff. Dawson Bernard Rogers. Arturo Christopher Pacheco Martinez. Lauren Bryson. Abigail Rose Charpentier. Elena Rose Valdez. Adrian David Machado. Sparsh Garg. Clayton Scott Baldwin. Aiden Thomas Oates. John Patrick Egan. Eric Sieben Woolsfeld. Danny Robert Rostozzi. Robert George Corey. Ethan Brent Anima. Sarah Isabella Tripp. Evan Michael Edwards. Eno Abot Penuel Akem.
Matthias Emmanuel Tekla Mariam.
Parnia Zufanun. Natalie Jean McLean. Pavi P. Dobaria. Olivia Grace Lintz. Caitlin Diana Barber. Sophia Marie King. Maya Elizabeth Murphy. Avery Caroline Pearson. Komi Sugimoto. Charlotte Grace Villano. Emily Deanne Bachman. Amelia Jane Lowell. Catherine Eloise McGuire. Lauren Elizabeth Biddle. Noelle Catherine Lafleur.
Bahar Farutan.
Marco Thomas Bondrada. William James Reagan. Casper Arbabi. Robert Piers Rojes. Jacob Connor Davis. Julie Thuy Tien Pham. Karina Gisser. Yusuf Yahya Radwan. Osman Cheng. Gavin Patrick O'Leary. Noah Alexander Bohane. John Aloysius Coakley O'Neill Jr. Elliot James Cobb. David Martin Hawk. Grace Maria Gonzalez. Brianna Gaskill. Abigail Rose D'Orsey. Abigail Bulich. John Anthony Marinello. Bella Lydia Claire Rubin. Alexandra Lane Wangsness. Gabriela Andrea Martinez. Anne Elizabeth Waldo. Kaylee Marie Bunton. Emma Rose Milligan. Nicholas Eric Lopez. Ishan Anand. John Robert Shelley. Julia Bayumi. Sophia Taylor. Cecily Pettis Mooney. Alejandra Casillas. Manasi Navalgunkar. Catherine Yambao. Catherine Rios. Madison Lackritz. Natalie Ann Cusick. Catherine Shea. Molly Clark. Kylie Walsh. Sophia Ray Talud. Yu Cheng Liu. Thomas Hongliang Liu. Nora Govro. Eve A. Idusi. Rosie Ying. Ishani Ashok. Minty Nguyen. Madison Alexis Jones. Nandini Saraogi. Sanya Chopra. Cheyenne Elizabeth Edwards. Kaho Evelyn Ishizuka. Caitlin Ting Xuan Yu. Brendan Patrick Phillips. Rick Jang. Michael Patrick Freitag. Shanjeet Sayal. Disha Garg. Grace Grants. Declan O'Donnell. Nargis Kudaiberganova. Katie Kusalo. Jake Jensen Lopez. Maya Ravi Javeri. Akam Bhatt. Lauren Grace Torres Rivera. Roque Manuel Hernandez. Emil Chaya. Rafael Espinoza. Mauricio Lazalde. Sebastian Falabella. Richard Crowell III. Ryan Nguyen. Joshua Petrus. Rachel Huang. Maena Husier. Minu Nachiapan. Natalia Alessandra Arnest. Helen Jiang. Siham Arsalan. Cameron Reza Taha. Adrian Mark Madriaga Santiago. Meg Jillian Salanga. Christina Chun Naiao. Natalie Avina. Kaya Nagasaki Schubert. Nikita Chu. Rebecca Shi, Aaron Yan Hagel Martino, Mateo Elijah Ramirez, Jordan Maxwell Palmer, Pravar Harshendu Bindal, Jessica Serrano Flores, Juanhua Lin, Malia Latu, Elizabeth Ray, Carla Cecilia Alvarez Tucker, Paloma Munoz, Lucy Lark Edwards, Sophie Jean Fisher, Chloe Lynn, Francesca Jane Diwaisaki, Sophia Noel Simmons, Karina May Wade, Tejal Meena Kumar, Gabriella Marie Ching, Gwyneth Wong, Isha Megan Kung, Tyler Allen Highland, Isabel Christine Quintero, Isabella Guerrero, Kellen Hutchinson, Thomas Herman Whitmire, Brian Matthew Weber, Marvelyn Nguyen, Erandi Arciga Dueñas, Yareli Cruz Ariola, Rachel Danielle Guevara, Hannah P. Ho, Chelsea Nguyen, Xinghao Mao, Chia Yin Lin, Yue Chan, Jingyan Li, Matthew T. Cannon, Brendan Dean Henderson, Hong Ha Lupam, Caitlin Maya Gorin, Kushi M. Thanki, Hriday Naresh Gurnani, Noah Jude Teach, Lorenzo Antonio Vasquez, Daniel Mark de Abreu Noronha, Alan Shi, Yash Sharma, Sean Castor, Shubhan Saxena, Senit Gile, Samita Harish Shikare, Sitare Salki, Maya Rasai, Shanna Ma, Koi Huang Nguyen, Sean Moran, Daniel Valencia Escobedo, Charlie Travis Shane, Warren Edward Speaker IV, Alexander Tech Lin Tan, Jose Inigo Chico Sebastian, Javier Manuel Munoz Santos, Andrei Meland Yuchenko, Charles Alliston, Wesley Marcus Salimian, Ethan Tora Rosenthal, Isaac Allen Allnut, Johannes Melcher Heinrich Norbert Stahl, Tomas Donaldson, Sam Tershman, William Joseph Kibbe, Will 2, Cooper Harrison Glenn, Carly Reeves, Alexandra Lily Reynolds, Dang Hatmin Nguyen, Jackson Alexander Johnston, Gabriella Simone Thibodeau, Bailey Marilyn Pelton Newsome, Annika Tuggle Kruger, Catherine Rose Keeney, Noah Moon, Jaden Chan, Carson Lane Liu, Caitlin Rose Stats, Adam Ashraf El Sabay, Thomas Jackson Wall, Cheryl Grace Victor, Nicholas Marco Radosavljevic, Michael Tyler Valley Jr., Edgar Sandoval, Alejandro Robles, Parker Douglas Mead, Connor Menke, Alexander James Craycraft, Joshua L. Fleming, Eamon Gerald Joseph Murphy, Shrey Arya Rao, Yoab Hinsa, Ivan Eduardo Hernandez, Luca Richard Kennedy, Aditya Bafna, Lauren Malia Grover, Morgan Kimiko Vodzak, Corey Roman Lee, Lily J. Green, Rebecca Liu, Sydney Jenny Zito, Christina Lee Siegel, Liliana Pun Ontiveros, Somia Renukuntla, Alexandra Xanthos, Macy Madrone Deem, Ren Foster, Mrudvika Reddy Sirineni, Joanne Sarfati, Haley Elizabeth Geibel, Emilio Daniel Sierra, Armand Daniel Jumabayev, Yichin Lin, Shooting Shao, Sayan Singhai Jain, Samantha Isabel Bonin Lim, Chelsea Jnana Shekaran, Anika Parker, Alan Yitian Mao, Gabriella Giselle Lucio, Lucy Sheffield, Samantha Monet Wenger, Charles Everett Kruger, Maya Trujillo, Brian S. Kim, Himani Singh, Carla Tran, Jinyong Xie,
Zachary Robert Maxwell.
Dr. Kendra Sharp, Dean of the School of Engineering, will present the candidates for degrees from the School of Engineering.
Okay, candidates. Okay, wait, you still have a chance. Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the School of Engineering, please rise. Very nice, thank you. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the school and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science as indicated by Dean Sharp.
Please be seated until you are asked to rise.
Alana F. Bose, Alexandra Elizabeth Flynn, Elizabeth Wangard, Grace Lennington, Keegan Kogel, Gunit Grewal, Vismaya Paniker, Margaret Nostrand, Grace Calais Curillo, Seth Edward Madden, Andrea Yang Pater, Kaya Chun, Desmond Wesley Greer, Ryan Philip Lang, Hunter Cruz Lau, Aiden Kainoa Quinones Ing Furuhashi, Danielle Marie Otero, Laura Fernanda Mendoza Gonzalez, Lisette Catherine Weaver, Hasib Afzali, Aiden Burke, Rohan Soda, Brian John Mostofi, Anthony Sukendro, Michael Asuka Iwashima, Lucas Alejandro Gonzalez, Kiet Vu, Anders Henry Cujia, John Andres Alvarado, Stephen Jr. Garcia, Sanveer Bal, Jenna Tracy Chin, Jason Michael Cisneros Jr., Mia Lassiter, Vani Agarwal, Veronica Sofia Flores, Tyler Costello, Wesley David Durbano, Mitchell James Wong, Daniel Augustine Amir Tharaj, Gabriel Ethan Bernini, Caliana Collins, Allison Eugenio Delgado, Yi Chen Go, Jerry Chen, Riley Ian Agalong Giogio, Cameron Adam Green, Grant Patrick Goldman, Daryl Ho, Francine Victoria Garcia, Mary Pamela Nutto Hemker, Eric Hicks, Grant Johnson, Dev Gupta, Tro Gregory Hovasapian, Muti Mohammed Shuman, Owen Patrick Mateika, Ruby Huin, Aaron Kuner, Irina Tasneem Hawk, Giselle Aviles, Christopher Rivas Castillo, Dana Elizabeth Johnson, Karina Marie Martin, Kayla Daniela Zapata, Itzel Vargas, Ian Suter Cosman, Gunnar Stewart Craig, Benjamin Lanzas, Tate Reese, Healy O'Donnell, Johan Rode Koo, Andrew England Kimball, Andre Brisk, Kyle Douglas Ralston, John Wallace King, William Joseph Weber, Eugene Lim, Hugh Sutherland II, Frederick McIntyre Flanagan, Brian Claggett, Evan Christopher Antonius, Jake Chansky, Cole Warnick, Isabella Rose Garcia, Julia Nicole Cornejo, Samuel Robert Anderson, Catherine Diane Leisenring, Anna Noel Krebs, and Madeline Tartel, Olivia Leonardis, Alfonso Cepeda Perez, Brian Lee, Rahman Jafari Norwood, Hugo Gabriel Muro Avila, Anshuman Sahu, Joshua Kavuya Kindarara, Rafael Kusuma, Lucas Amlick, Nathan Raymond Yu, Connor Yin, Isaac Orias, Andrew Nguyen, Justin Daniel Chung, Ethan Nicholas Lin, Jeremy Chang, Aster Lee, Kaylee Fong Vu, Rihanna Urasaki Santos, Gwendolyn Nina Putworthen, Afra Shireen Muhammad, Layla Sophia Erhili, Annika Nair, Connor Fox Chen Valero, Hudson Strauss, Matthew Leonard, Jack Landers, Varun Mangala, Zachary Reese Common, Walker Selby, Brian Matthew Wiebe, Darin Christopher Nielsen, Alexandre Lucas Lopez, Jason Anthony Serrano, Luis Alberto Vialta, Farhan Pishori, Ekam P. Singh, Aaron Truong, Kavya Rajiv Sharma, Timothy William Tong, Dennis Min Trong Kao, Marisa Kalani Lee Kuo, Jonathan Juan Santosa, Henry S. Fang, Julius Charles Gamboa, Zachary Ryan Boyle, Ethan Robert Wyrick, Kondakar Marsuk Mujtaba, Neil Se Holtzman, John Hoang, Joseph Kamisi, Awawu Dolapo Alimi, Ormika Ghosh, Cole Rudolph Propak, Enxiang Liu, Yueyang Yang, Zen Yamao, David Chega Thuita, Ibrahim Lawai, Abdullah Naveed, Cole Preston Hyder, Mac Atencia, Jeremy C. Akey, Maya Poydras Murphy, Zia Kipopeo Manang Sagala Malangalila, Curtis Leo Glenn Carl Robinson, Hannah Alexis Bajakian, Chris Bird, Carson Raymond Crisafulli, Noah Koji Kamahao Abe, Chris Eugene Chon, Ivan M. Kuo, Leo Chen, Lauren Hu, Aria Perfork, Jonathan James Mashler, Cole Elliott Fetcather, Matthew James Guntz, Nicholas Esteban Alva, Peter Bennett Latimer, Salvador Martinez, Dylan Stephen Olson, Shreyas Raghunath, Elizabeth Ann Kluzak, Matthew Xavier Graham Jr., Gabriela Isabel Gamarro Gomez, Maisie Lopez, Nicholas Lopetin, Justin Yuan D. Lee, Akshay Lucas Nichani, Anusha Samira Kankipati, CEO Matthew Viet Tran, Joseph Daniel Pandit, Liam Kirkwood Veers Reese, Lucas Kwan Vanderheiden, Sophia Miranda, Lucas John Woodford, Christoph David Mailer, Dalia Gabriel Ramirez, Estefania Pesqueira, Ivan Carrasco, Aiden Wells, Brody Padraig Johnson, Ryan Owens, Nicholas Joachim Kenny, James Masukawa, Kenneth Pan, Jens Emil Clausen, Mia Susana Galarate, Rachel Jiayan Lee, Lucas Jablon, Julie Corey, Matthew John Becker, Adam Spoliansky, Pietra Bazzoni Curo, Aline Claire A. Coute, Theodore June Hyung Cabot, Alan Chen, Shanice Arian Liu, Danielle Ann de los Santos Abenojar, Magdalena Anna Mirko, Caroline Noel Barbar Ascar, Casey Jordan Laquata, Leo Preston Morris,
Ethan Lung,
Martin Belandris Decker, Michael Pierre Cavan, John Bowers, Jacob Finley, Agustina Gant Gianotti, Luke Joseph Helwe, Lainey Mae Pritchard, Derek Neese, Mateo Jovicic, Cole Ellis Lorenko, Spencer Ethan Roberts, Christopher Campanile, Zane Kempler, Jason Dionita, Tyler Alexander Chu, Jackie Kwan, Vladimir Cheban, Romeo Nickel, Andrew Yang, Aiden William Walker, Kyle Michael Azarcon Samante, Alexander Scott Riquat, Felix Deroaz, Braden Sinan Risto, Joshua Reed Spagnola, Catherine Ott, Jacob Riley Lalong, Elliot Weston Clyde, Daniel James Pruin, Fernando Rojas, Xiao Tian Yan, Nason Suit Wing Chan, Alexander Philip Noring, Jaime Heredia Garcia, William G. Torborg, Andrew Brian Huynh, John Paul Gonzalez, Jairo Gonzalez Esparza, Jose Manuel Cañez Federico, Andrew Lawson Wallace II, Adenachi Obina Olisa Anane, Andrea Yao, Andrew Brighton Tan, Lex Liang, Rahul Karan Rani, Noah Jose Wei Lam Chun, Joshua Ryan Yoshimoto Wong, Nicholas Hiroshi Tyra Chung, Megan Ann Vu, Beatrice Caroline Hackman, Sarah Kotnika Wheeler, Felix Fay, Kevin Chang, Joshua Liang, Abim Lucas,
Dr. Daniel Press, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for Bachelor of Science degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
So this is the chance when the College of Arts and Sciences can make the most noise. So I'm going to ask the candidates for Bachelor of Science to be joined by the candidates for Bachelor of Arts in the college and make extra big noise. Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the College of Sciences, please rise. President Sullivan, I have the enormous honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the college and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science as indicated by Dean Press. Congratulations.
Okay, please be seated until you're directed to rise.
Joseph Jeffrey Vollard, Aiden Armstrong, James Francis Meyer Alexander, Melanie Giselle Diaz Flores, Brenda Noemi Noriega, Delaney McMillan, Sia Kumar Bohacek, McKenna Michelle Braun, Anna Jianling Driscoll, Nicholas David Shen, Samuel Mollard, Jackson Dwelly, Rebecca Kaylani Gardner, Hannah Goldberg, Evan Berg, Isabel Rose Fejas, Olivia Louise Sargent, Ryan Weinrich Wiley, Joseph Hong, Adam Zia Chadwick, Steph Luke Navajoli, Millicent Koo, Alice Sachi Imamoto, Sarah Catherine Harrington, Andrea Haudegi, Shujun Tina Zhao, Tay Gret, Claire Elizabeth Alford, Ellen Stevens Woodley, Anne Shea Flanagan, Emma Louise Boat, Eliza Joss Clemens, Cecilia Jane Brown, Lucy O'Neill McGrath, Anna Maria Ketchum, Michael Ryan Oliverio, Joshua Leo Fine, Megan Elizabeth Keefe, Dylan Denise Brownell, Megan Kinney, Lucia Marie Dillingham, Marley Grace Dugan, Skylar Marie Schumann, Jamie Ann McCoy, Lindsay Elise Holman, Cara Marie Giordano, Annabelle Elise Horan, Lucy Elizabeth Nelson, Kiva Ford Frontiera, Holly Natalie Lawrence, Alan Alexander Rudikov, Sydney Abundo, Annika McCartan, Cassandra McKenna Blake, Neve Ryan Espahani, Toby Enns, Malia Huxley Murray, John Patrick Croak III, Benjamin James Jakanowski, Jasper B. Johnson, Sophia Louise Harvey, Stephanie Elizabeth Nelson, Catherine Nicole Rodman, Tobias Stephen Malone, Logan Kalel Partido Espiritu, Cole Thomas Bender, Shiv Jelani, Nachal Kaur Thind, Anika Sethi, Shreya Sai Potineni, Samira Ahmed Billow, Shayna Marie Fallon, Aiden Harris Keith Koneski, Christian Alejandro Bravo, Janelle Mary Abbott, Bria Patel, Shannon Lee, Alicia Babson, Elsa Kilihune Kinney, Felicia Therese Montez, Caitlin Ray Webster, Emilio Sanchez Mena, Cassandra Amy Cleland, Michelle Marie Benavente, Amalia Raquel Ulate, Hannah Long, Arya Natasha Drupad Trivedi, Charlotte Grace Colcord, Ritter Amsba, Bijan Francis Soroush Saperi, Nate Hirschtick, Clara Anna Helm, Caroline Mahoney Blackler Raymond, Luca Bella Cervenka, Naomi Rebecca Sneath, Kayla Autumn McNair, Sofia Isabella Fernandez, Jaden Batty, Marilyn Tatum Holloway, Vanessa Kate Sordello, Josephine Carlette Lemka, Lauren Caroline Fuller, Sarah A. Tesfaye, Ananya Velpuri, Juliana Gabrielle Huerta, Christian Michael Moore, Henry Hallam Stevens, Syed Muhammad Talal Hassan, Yoshia Okamoto, Mayer Jiang, Isabella Marie Aguilar, Natalie Ojeda, Anaya Goratia, Samita Rachapudi, Srita Koturi, Laura Amelia Madrigal, Crystal Oseguera, Andy Lupercio Escoto, Damir J. Shebler, Stephanie Elena Asensio Perez, Jesse Enrique Vargas, Catherine Elizabeth Abramova, Oriel Christopher Zagazeta, Josephine Samantha Hernandez Mena, Marissa Catherine Chayati, David Tang, Harpreet Singh Basin, Nicholas Richard Snyder, Yashvi Singhania, Nicole Ann Clark, Olivia Pollard, Oren Abutbul, Angeli Elizabeth Lonegro, Caitlin Chandler Collins, Sarita Louise Pettis, Anthony Avila, Camille Porter, Camelia Sara Siadat, Alexa Chang, Jalen Richard Shu, Emily Page Hofstetter, Nicolette Arden DeSico, Elizabeth Mahelich Fox, William Francis Wagner III, Grace Taylor Roy, Claire Alyssa Foster, Kiara Zamar, Stephanie Anna Nikolai, Emily Elizabeth Lyons, Gavin Bryce Fisher, Dana Ward Hobala, Deirdre Bosick Farrell, Sadie True Strelo, Kiara Santana, Yixuan Sheng, Samantha Nicole Chiateles, Olivia Hope Chavez, Kasiete Miralieva, Sean Cameron Allen, Krish Ananth, Aditya Stanislaus Andrade, Savannah Joe Balistreri, Parneet Kaur, Lydia John Mila, Shivani Dharani Pragada, Arthur Gio, Calvin Lim, Edward Park, Daniel Wu, Paulos Fireo Habtevold, Callan Fraser, Christian A. Bellotta, Ji Xian Dong, William Henry Nyman, Julia Barazzi, Sara Alam El-Qada, Sarah Giti Moradi, Sharmila Gitanjali Bhatt, Oscar Edward Shub, Cooper Desmond Brindle, Shay Addison McDonald, Kadus Teferi Solomon, Jacob Damto Fikre, Darren Rodricks, Sergey Kar Sidhu, Kamaya Marie Davis, Ina Nayak, Josephine Mary Charlotte Loire Bernal, Andrew Antien Lee, Jake Lam Nguyen, Akash Ravani, Luo Andre Long, Gabriel Jacobson Kessler, Leon Chen, Sanyukta Pratap Kamath, Rebecca Guglin, Ryan Thomas Fell, Yusuf Irving Leuenberg, Tae Evan Chang, Dominic Jonathan Wutzel, Rain Liu, Jonathan Lee Fong, Nicholas Allen Mendonça, Marcus Peter Sawi Reyes, Albert Vaughn, Emma Britt Wegner, Amelia Ross, Madison Michelle Patrick, Isabella Fernandez, Iselda Dimar Diaz, Gregory James Walswick, Jason Sohn, Andrew Reese, Liam Patrick Robertson,
Ian Alexander Novosel,
Stephen Anthony Rotondo, Cole Roberts, Brian Hideo Fung Maruyama, Jared Tsuyoshi Mayayama, Mandy Lin, Reiko Shiraishi, Chao Yuanhu, Marion Lin Yin, Arne Konijetti, Eleanor Rose Griffith, Praknya Vijayan, Vignesh Senthil, Dave Tucker, Ethan Neil Sartori, Juan Alfredo Torres Molina, Nathan Q. Tran, Bastian Alexander Van Buten, Anzuo Dong, Xijing Wang, Rentian Yu, Yenchin Yu, Matthew George Waters, Justin Ju, Elizabeth Meza Rosas, Armando Rivero, Noah Christopher Beheshti, Oman Marie Sibyl, Olivia Gouliard, David Marshall Curtin, Ajay Singh Chauhan, Lucan Francisco Aguirre, Salem Cavanaugh, Finn Johnson Cias, Harrison Edward Lake, Augustine Pace, Rebecca Sophia Micklin, Daniel James Otino, Caitlin Bukta, David A. Nguyen, Caroline Wells Atkinson, Andrea Ruth Cooney, Billy Hackinson Storer, Jonathan Jorge Blanco, Ford Young, Russell Thomas Cornelius, Theodore Thomas Symington, Andrew Scott Edwardson, Joaquin Romero Salas Strigan, Aaron Sandhu, Malte Fürst, Julian Bado Hoxson, William Payne, Gavin Julian Sanchez, Nick Tome, Jose Guadalupe Sanchez, Aiden Patrick Liddy, Varsha Nikita Pai, Leah Suzanne Janetti, Andrea Rose Georginas, Jessica Ann Garofalo, Anne Isolde Russell, Leonie Frances Harriet Casper, Riley James Carpenter, Serena Raquel Thompson, Leo Anzem Illing, Daniel Kazarian, Armand Sebastian Miri, Charles Leland Brossi, Henry Christie Cohan, Carlin Joseph Kyle, William Timothy Grudinskas, Connor James Selfridge, Jackson Hawk Sweetie, Dylan Walt Gruber, Flavio Mansi Serisola, Billy Jiang, Lauren Marie Rainey, Isabel Marie Fleming, Addie Logan Follett, Isabella Rose Panaccione, Sistina Noel, Lauren Olivia Zontos, Victor Ponce Martinez, Joshua James Johnson, Edward Bennett Kyrillos, Carson Weaver, Abigail Matson, Ruby McBride, John Michael Shepard, Katarina Maribel Tamez, Clara Maria Gallagher, Janet Elizabeth Sharmer, Casey Kopkash, Tegan Doyle, Remy Marie Schneider, Piper Olivia Lynn Wood, Carlos Gabriel Valencia, Disha Desai, Elsa Fabrice Henricks, Jose Julian Flores, Arjun Sani, Bobby Duto, John Edward Gallagher, John Scott Robbins, Philip James Gallagher, Jack Douglas Harrison, Sophia Constance Green, Max Louis Feigenbaum, Henry Finn McMullen, Aiden Kieran Kare, Aiden Pisa, Jillian Roa, Mo Tai Maint Mar Ong, Dongyu Liu, Xian Wang Guest, Daniel Gustin, Gabriel D. Palacio, Malin Gina Yejuan Pollock, Ava Catherine Pape, Bradley H. Pham, Joshua Alexander Wang, Jackson Girardi, Aiden Philip Klein, Elise Nicole Kenyon, Mia Taryn Ingram, Quinn Kathleen Doty, Gabrielle Florence Canola Leach, Peter Van Dusen Godshock, Luke Riley Davidson, Alex Pacansky Gegax, Salvador Joaquin Moreno, Zachary Curtis Pleck, Bryn Del Prado Kramer, Kenton George Swanson, Anissa Christine Fernandez, Maya Evelyn Stewart, Xiaobu Xu, Charlie Abudi, Will Thomas Cote, Zachary Thomas Teal, Stephanie Sungi Davis, Gabrielle Elizabeth Henrick, Dylan James Plunkett, Colin Lickards, Patrick Chin Fan Chong, Paulina Margain Gonzalez, Emilia Maria Ephraim, Karishma Nijar, Emma Bella Ferrari Jones, Dylan M. Martinez, Kevin Tomoaki Shimizu, Emma Melito, Kelsey Claire Sullivan, William Wren, Bethany Shi, Charlene Agbayekai, Ina Dogra, Julia Jelly van Gersdorf, Maria Jose Marquez Bravo, Julia Marie Picanso, Megan Abate, Mackenzie Fredericks, Michaela Hope Dupin, Anna Maria Lukomsky, Bailey Lynn Black, Angela Lomeli Arriaga, Samantha Campos, Gabrielle Harnett Finn, Jasmine Peterman, Langston Ellis Wade, Brandon Leachy Kuo, Ansha Shekhar, Cindy Fong, Eric Fei Hong Huang, Payu Shi, Avery Natasha Peterson, Lily Angel Gizavat, Catherine Emmeline Lytle, Zoe Ella Gardner, Connor Grogan, Griffin Patrick Ivanov, Alexandra Town Sears, Yasmin Ursua Gutierrez, Bianca Martinez, Adam Jang, Vladimir Zalutsky, Rini Karuna Krupa Chadalavada, Thea Iman West, Emily Marie Rainbolt, Grace Ann Davis, Idea Monique Weisinger, Sydney Joy Shelby, Isabella Elizabeth Burley, Madeline Taylor Moynihan, Kate Marie Cedarberg, Alexa Joy Andrews, Roberto Javier Mercado Lopez, John Karsten Cooney Redenbow, Corinne Marie Burns, Isabella Charlotte Perlman, Iman Qureshi, Lauren Olivia Delman, Anjali Aiden Zanger, Emma Sofia De Gregorio, Patricia Marie Landers, Seb Emmanuel Choi Drege, Gael Sotelo,
Angel Buenrostro,
Madeline June Beecher, Alexander Samuel Tay June Claire, Joshua Andrew Brolight, William Thomas Bellissimo, Ariana Chihiro Yamasaki, Lila Stanislaw, Sean Patrick Gallagher, Sean D. Kiauer, Asia Marie Janelle Chan, Nina Rose Taylor, Bianca Marie Duarte, Alexandra Zabalza, Ruby Gutierrez, Niels Axel Holst, Nicholas Timothy Pecora,
Gabriel Anthony Dominguez,
Philip Von Open, Jacob Daniel Kalao Kalani, Evan Fine, Matthew John Bistry, Joshua Allen Metcalf, Stephen Lee Myers, Owen Elam Lewis, Alexis Grace Anderson, Mariela Azucena Castillo, Velizara Fileva, Sosna Aster Oraya, Brianna Danielle Lopez Gingana, Shanice Haruka McCullough, Chrislyn Haley Yvette Brandon, Danelle Xavier McMahon, Julia May Ippolito, Courtney Bell, Danielle Vaca, Colin Peaty, Kaylee Marianne Johnson, Samuel Teague Hatfield, Kiani Rahim, Hannah Che Jung, Ziang Zhong, Dominique Petros Giapis, Vanessa Catherine Esquivel, Athena Olivia Sanchez Herb, Connor Wade Rowland, Anna Choreja, Hannah Mackenzie Hobstad, Ian Joseph Bushell, Tristan Kalauila Akira Matsuura, Zoe Elizabeth Hanshu, Brianna Jean McDaniel, Josue Hernandez Perez, Michelle Anaí Calderon Flores, Catherine Rosales, Lindsay Rose Weimer, Alice Beatrix Gearing, Lillian Joy McKee, Aidan Harn Flood, Rosalia Mantong Wei, James Boyle Shepherd, Brianna De La Torre Gutierrez, Shreya Chandani Kumar, Alice Bay Fulton, Sydney Yim Win, Brandon Zelaya, Kenneth Park, Arhana Daksh Patel, Alina Rupan Patel, Emily Jade Reischauer, Melissa Crescent, April Faith Heisey, Sophia Francesca Perrone, Grace Marie Paulson, Ella James Worthy, Caitlin Elizabeth Delpino, Chisomaga Nwaboze Lemibo, Natalia Maria Shaheen, Alina Sunil, Madeline Burns, Maya Noel Steno, Parker Nguyen, Avinash Rajiv Patni, Alexis Rivera, Jill Hanayo Morimoto, Peyton Yee, Justina Marie Kwok, Samantha Sampson Perez, Angela Marie Tablante Di Mano, Camille Claudette Annette, Nive Mahealani Tuileta, Lauren Elaine Litsky, Vidya Jayendran, Andrea Isabel Vichasis, Jordan Lynn Nunez, Ashlyn Selvaraj, Catherine Krajewski, Krista Ellis Gorham, Daniel Christopher Flores, Brenton Napper, Xiuming Jiang, Janea Destiny Ramos, Neha Man, Darylyn Doe, Sandy No Pham, Wan Yu Xiang, Jayanne Aquino Mendoza, Camille Catherine Hardy, Lillian Hope Cooper, Parker Rose Moraine, Nora Grace Reeder, Isabel Rose Garcia, Eloise Grace McKinnon, Isabel Kylie Fiola, Lauren Nicole Choi, Victoria Ashman Ball, Natalia Zacher, Sydney Schramer, Kelsey Lay, Hannah Cecile Miller, Avinash Teja Gudladana, Joy Teresa Peters, Claire Rachel Eckhart, Connor Dalton Gay, Mark Edward Caniff Jr., Lin Vu, Lauren Sundin, Saran Asfa, Lisbeth Gonzalez, Cassandra Janae Aguilar, Anna Grace Mortensen, Iman Badr, Alexander Michael Abramov, Russell Anthony McKeever, Nikome Hatton, Ileona America Rodriguez, Jack Alexander Blair, Dario Manuel Jimenez, John Edgar, Sarah Goleb Roskop, Jacob Richard Hove, Graham Charles Peach, Alexis Stojic,
Brian Xiaozhang Liu.
Let me be the first to offer my congratulations to the class of 2025. Now, Ryan Ronnie, President of the Associated Student Government, will introduce our valedictorian.
Thank you, Provost Glaser. Good afternoon, Santa Clara. Will the 2025 valedictorian, Grace Davis, please come forward? Grace Davis is graduating with a degree in political science and philosophy and a minor in gender and sexuality studies. During her time at Santa Clara, Grace has been deeply invested in social justice and community-based work. She has been a student ambassador in the University Admissions Office. She has also served as the Associate Director and then Director of SCAP, the Santa Clara Community Action Program. She was appointed to 2 terms as Senator at Large for LGBTQ+ inclusion in the Associated Student Government and has completed 2 fellowships with the Merkula Center for Applied Ethics. Lastly, before Grace delivers her valedictorian address, I want to shout out Erta Hoja, Anish Balabhadra, and Minu Nachi Uppin. Thank you, everyone.
Class of 2025, hello, how are you? A part of me was a little bit intimidated writing this speech to you all because what could I possibly say to you when you've taught me so much? You have shown me the beauty of musical performances, culture shows, and senior design projects. I've seen us at our best, the skills of our athletes, researchers, and activists. I've seen us at our worst, an 8 a.m. class on a Friday. I've also seen the grief that has stayed with our community and the moments when we let each other down. I am filled with endless gratitude that you've been willing to share your truest selves with me over the past 4 years. Most importantly, I have experienced firsthand the remarkable resilience of our campus community. As a student leader here, I've worked across multiple different constituencies on a range of issues, and I've been reminded day after day that I'm one piece of a much larger puzzle, while also reaffirming the incredible and far-reaching impacts each of us can make. This balance of pride and humility is difficult to strike, but integral to our success as individuals and as a community. What do I mean by difficult to strike? In an all too brief recap, my philosophy professors, please forgive me, Aristotle said that pride was the most important. If you were a good person, you were confident in what you could do, and you made sure everybody knew about it. Then Aquinas comes along and he says, no, you're doing it all wrong. Humility is the way to go. You could never want to be cocky. Virtue ethicists since have gone back and forth on how to balance these ideals. Here's my take. Pride is important, especially when you live in a society that creates barriers to your success. You deserve to take pride in every single accomplishment, including and especially graduating college in a context that has been shaped by unprecedented challenges. More than that, your very existence is worth celebrating. Celebrate the events your organization put on, the teams you led to victory, the initiatives you championed. Take up space, honor the incredible and undeniable success that you are, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Humility is just as important. No one exists in a vacuum. Not only that, but as Hannah Montana taught us, nobody's perfect. We're all products of everyone that came before us, and there will always be moments when we fail. There will be times when we say the wrong thing or when we hurt a friend. What's important is how we address these shortcomings, whether we are willing to cultivate the humility to both own our inabilities and celebrate the successes of others. Both of these virtues can pose a danger if taken too far. It's all too easy to see the dangers of pride that morphs into an ugly egoism and arrogance. And when our humility deteriorates into insecurity, we fail to take action. How do we find a balance for pride and humility? My answer is gratitude. Gratitude for ourselves, the unbelievable works of our mind, body, and soul, and gratitude for everything around us, including those who have gifts different and beyond our own. When gratitude is at the heart of our work, I don't think that we can go wrong. Use it as momentum to enter the world with energy, confidence, and a commitment to one another. Be grateful for the moment you are in and use it to give back to others. Brené Brown says, what separates privilege from entitlement is gratitude. We are graduating from an elite institution on a gorgeous day surrounded by people who love us. We are a very small part of the global community that can say that. Do not let this privilege serve as justification to distance yourself from others. Use the profound education you have received to stand for and with others. As we pack up our apartments, bedrooms, houses, and fold up our dining tables, I hope you return to this call to gratitude. I'll start. I extend warm and sincere thanks to the faculty who have shaped us, to the staff that have uplifted us, our families gifted to us, and the ones we have chosen. I thank the students that came before us, the elders who have informed us, and everyone who played an instrumental role in our lives, yet we may never know their name. And then there's you, class of 2025. Yeah. I can only hope that you feel the gratitude emanating from my body because there are only so many ways to say thank you. Congratulations again, class of 2025. We did it!
Thank you, Grace, for sharing your wisdom and encouraging all of us. We're so proud of you. You've shaped our community, and you've been a real force for good. Before we close our ceremony with the singing of Alma Mater and the benediction, I wish to thank our honorees for being here. Thank you again, Jay Shri Ulal, for your terrific commencement address. I want to thank the staff who've supported our students through thick and thin, and in particular those who've served today as ushers and guides. I would like to invite the graduating seniors to join me in thanking the faculty. They've been your teachers and mentors. They've challenged you and empowered you to achieve your full potential. Will all the faculty please rise so that they can be recognized? As we bring our ceremony to a close, I invite you to stand for the alma mater and remain standing for the benediction. The alma mater will be sung by the Santa Clara University Chamber Singers.
Santa Clara, alma mater, lo, our hearts are pledged to thee. Eldorado's firstborn daughter, who beside the western sea, where the palm and olive mingle, may the torch of science burn. When our footsteps bear us from thee back, to thee our hearts will turn.
This the mission bells are telling, as exultingly they ring. Santa Clara, alma mater, sweet they sing.
Where the palm and olive mingle, proudly raise their heads on high. In the earliest fane of science built beneath our western
The benediction will be offered by Father Matthew Carnes of the Society of Jesus. Father Carnes is a professor of political science and the vice president for mission and ministry.
And let us pray. God, ever faithful and true, we come to the close of this celebration, and our hearts simply overflow with gratitude for these, our beloved students, now graduates of Santa Clara University. As we send them forth, we find inspiration in the prayer that Father Nobili spoke in 1851 at the founding of this university. On that day, he prayed that this community would cultivate the heart, that it would form habits, and that our graduates would cherish these for their whole lives. Today, we recognize in this generation of Santa Clara graduates the fulfillment of that prayer. For their hearts indeed have been cultivated and their habits formed, and they now embody in splendid, varied ways our deepest values of engagement, of compassion, of justice and service. Dear God, we ask your Holy Spirit to pour out a special blessing upon them and through them on our world. May they be bridge builders and architects of new understanding, advocates and reconcilers, innovators and caregivers. May they forge communities of solidarity, and may they steward this, our common home, for all future generations. And in all of this, may they discover joy, lasting and abundant joy, as they live out their Jesuit call to be people for and with others, and as they discover your divine presence in all that they live and do. Dearest God, smile upon them as we do now, and guide and protect them all the days of their life. And together we say, Amen.
The graduation exercises will conclude with a recessional of faculty, distinguished guests, and administrators. Please remain standing in your place until the recessional is completed and the platform party has left the stadium. Finally, we invite our graduates and their families to connect with their faculty at our faculty reception on the St. Ignatius and Daily Science lawns. Faculty from Arts and Sciences and Engineering will be on the Ignatius lawn. Faculty from Business will be on the Daily Science lawn. Congratulations to you, class of 2025, and to your families, and may God bless the newest alumni of Santa Clara University. Have a wonderful day, and go Broncos.